a deal is it for a crew chief when you've got a combination that's so happy to qualify #1 to lose one of your favorite clutch discs? Can you explain that to somebody sitting on the couch at home?
Well, each clutch disc kind of has its own personality. In the clutch department, we work real hard to try to keep everything exactly the same down to the Rockwell hardness, how thick, where you get it at, and everything else. And you know, you go out qualifying, you want to make the runs on those same discs, and then when you get in eliminations, you hate to have to throw something new into it.
Dan Pomponio, Chris Foster, the next pair. While they back up, an opportunity to tell you about the next Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series event that comes your way from Seattle at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Nationals, Sunday, August the 10th at noon. That's when you can check out all the action on ESPN2.
Chris Foster gets to do something I've never done. I get to walk in the shop. He walks in the shop and he gets to see his Indy Wally every day he goes to work. He said this weekend they've struggled in qualifying, but they put it together in round #1 as he gets ready for Dan Pomponio.
Which part of that have you never done? Because you've never walked in my shop either.
Do you have an Indy Wally?
No, but I do have a shop.
You know what, Dan Pomponio has 4 Wallies. 2 from Gainesville, 2 from Charlotte.
I've got 1 from Seattle and 1 from Topeka.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not as a driver, but as part of it.
Nobody's ever walked in my shop because I don't have a shop.
You know, Chris Foster struggled in qualifying, but he was making good runs early and just had problems getting to the finish line under power. It's going to be a good head-to-head matchup right here.
How about Chris Foster? Pomponio had welded him on the reaction timer, but with a 5:59.3 drives around him. Best news of this pass, both of the chutes are out. Doesn't have to get on the binder's art here.
Watch this thing moving around through the middle of the racetrack in that slow motion. That thing was going anything but straight. Everybody says alcohol funny cars are the toughest to drive, and looking at it like this gives you an idea of why they say that.
Yeah, a long time ago, Mark White said, step on the gas on the funny cars looking for something to hit.
4th year in a row, Dan Pomponio was lost here in Norwalk in round 2.
With Dale Brand, the points leader, going rounds, what you need to do, but you're giving up lane choice in the next round against Chris Foster. You know, what are your plans?
Hey, Chris is a great team. So is that Hagen bunch. I have the utmost respect for those guys. They've been struggling this year, but anytime they can step up and put down a great pass. So they make us on our game. You know, Chris, we've raced him a few times before, and those guys are always on their game. So, yeah, we're gonna step it up. We've been behind this track the whole weekend, but give us enough hits at it, we might catch up with it. So we'll try one more time.
Well, he's doing what he can, going rounds.
Semifinal matchups on the top side feature the 1 and 5 qualifiers. Give the lane choice to Harker. On the bottom side, how about the 10 and 14 players? With Chris Foster, the number 14 qualifier, picking his lane in the alcohol funny car semifinals. Alcohol dragster, round 2, next.